Hello Internet, and welcome back to the 30-day video game music challenge hard mode edition with me, Demogen. I'm not entirely sure why I'm speaking in this slightly more posh than normal voice. I don't know. Maybe I'm going a little bit insane having done so many videos today. This is day 17, music I never get tired of. And this was a really difficult category because there are so many soundtracks that I absolutely love. And if I am 100% honest, I can't make a choice. So this video, I'm afraid, is a bit of a cop-out. There are going to be two songs on this video, and that's not even fair, because it's not these two songs that I never get tired of. It is two entire game soundtracks. Both of the games that are going to feature on this video are games that I've only played through twice. Twice in one case, three in the other. But I have listened to the song that I'm gonna start off with at least, I'm into double digits in the last couple of weeks alone. It's a soundtrack that I keep coming back to. It's great to put on in the background when I am writing. It's got everything, and it is, of course, a Final Fantasy game. It is the most recent Final Fantasy game, apart from the remake of FF7, and it is the game that a lot of people didn't like. I was not one of these people. The Apocalypsis pieces of music from Final Fantasy 15 are some of the best pieces of music on the entire soundtrack, but the 15 soundtrack as a whole is a soundtrack that I just haven't stopped listening to since I played the game for the first time, let alone when it was re-released on the PC with all the DLC and stuff. The one that I'm going to play for you now is Apocalypsis Magnatus, which is the Apocalypsis theme from the Ignis DLC. The Ignis DLC, I think, has the best of the music in the DLC, and arguably some of the best music in the game. There's just so many brilliant tracks on this. I'm a particular fan of The Blazing Tactician, for example. There's just a load of effing good music for this game. Shimomura did some outstanding work on many of these tracks, as did Mitsuda. Just some brilliant composition, and really helps you feel the triumph and the struggle of the characters. And the main theme is going to start in a second, if I remember correctly. Almost there. Here we go. And violins. It's not the whole track. I don't want to play the whole track. I'm already getting copyright claimed left, right, and centre for these videos. It's a phenomenal soundtrack. 7 hours, 11 minutes, and 29 seconds, over 127 songs, and I think that's just the DLC part of the soundtrack. The main game soundtrack runs to 5 hours, 5 minutes, and 32 seconds. So, you you're looking at 12 plus hours worth of music there. And in my opinion, it's just so very worth it. So worth it. The other soundtrack, of course, the other soundtrack that I have listened to God knows how many times is the Hollow Knight soundtrack. And I can't actually remember which Hollow Knight song did I put? Yeah, this one. Just so that I've got something to talk over. Chris Larkin, the Hollow Knight soundtrack and the Gods and Nightmares kind of additional soundtrack, if you like, has got, again, some brilliant pieces of music. The various kind of area themes, the boss themes, and this crescendo, the skittering, the oh god something's wrong, the screeching, silence, and then holy shit, what the fuck? Ba, 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 ba. And those, they're arpeggios, aren't they? If I remember my musical terms correctly. All of the soundtrack for Hollow Knight is amazing. I'm also a huge fan of this, which is the Nightmare King's theme from the Grim Troop. I'd argue in many ways that I like this a little bit better because I like the rhythm to it. But I do think Sealed Vessel overall is the slightly better piece of music. But yeah, or of course, Sisters of Battle, which again is another piece of music from this absolute excellent soundtrack. Some great cool bits, some brilliant variety in the music that is played. I love Hollow Knight, as I think I mentioned back on day 4 when I was talking about Bloodborne and how Bloodborne and Hollow Knight were the two games that I wish I had my initial reactions recorded to, so that I could watch them back and marvel at myself and how pure my reactions would be to those things. The frustrations that I clearly felt back when I was playing those for the first time, rather than the umpteenth time like Bloodborne, or as I said, the third time, or the fourth time next, as in Hollow Knight. So yeah, a bit of a cheaty one today. Music that I never get tired of, because there are a lot of soundtracks that I own that I keep on listening to. And I've got the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening soundtrack. I've got the Life is Strange soundtrack. I've got the Mass Effect 2 soundtrack. The Portal soundtrack. The Remnant from the Ashes soundtrack. The Secret World has got a really good soundtrack. The many different versions of Final Fantasy stuff. The Unworthy soundtrack. The Witcher soundtrack. I'm just reading alphabetically down the list here, as you can probably tell. There are a lot of soundtracks that I never get tired of. So realistically, for me, this was the hardest one. This was the absolute hardest one to do. It was the hardest one to choose, which is why I didn't manage it. I think the hardest one to do is actually the next one. Day 18, Game Over music. Place your bets which Game Over music I liked the most. But let me know down in the comments below what video game music you never get tired of. Again, I'm always on the lookout for fresh tunes from video games to listen to. Let me know down in the comments what your music you never get tired of is, and I will see you back here tomorrow for Game Over Music. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody on the internet. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.